Yeah. Know what it is? Your boy, back for real, revisiting as much rugby league information as possible. DL47 all day. Right now, up to the 1940 wooden spoon in Australian Rugby League, so we're creeping along. Up to the 1940s now, still a long way to go, not even halfway through. All the wooden spoons, but 1940 nonetheless, and this time it was West getting another wooden spoon. And if you've been watching these videos, well, if you haven't, you can scroll through this channel to find all the wooden spoons from 1940 back to 1908 when rugby league started in Australia. But if you have, you'll know that I've said many times that the years 1920 up to 1937, there was a team called University who picked up a whopping 10 wooden spoons, and their wooden spoons were humiliating, they were detestable, they were 100% embarrassing. They were pretty much destined to get the wooden spoon before the season had even started on most occasions. So this time though, in 1940 with West, yes, they got it. Remember, one team does have to get it every year, but at least they didn't get it by much. At least they won a few games. At least there were some highlights in the season. So it is still a wooden spoon, which is never anything to write home about, but at least it wasn't anywhere near as embarrassing as some other teams' wooden spoons. So in the 1940 season, West played 14 games, winning only 3 and losing 11 to end up with 6 competition points. Norths, who also struggled a great deal at the time, they won just 4 games out of their 14, so finished with 8 competition points in second last. So even though they beat Norths twice, they beat the team just above them on the ladder twice in the season, because Norths won 4 of their other games, it still wasn't enough for West to avoid the spoon, and they were left with it, unfortunately. And the statistics that we always go through for every wooden spoon, pretty much like what you'd expect by a wooden spooner. So West scoring 159 points from their 14 games, but conceding 259, so minus 100 for and against points. The top try scorer, a player called Albert McGuinness, and he only got 5 tries for the season. And the top point scorer, even though he was an excellent player, Bill Keato, he got 1 try and 20 goals for 43 points for the season, remembering tries used to be 3 points at the time. And even though no one would have known at the time, Keato, even though he got this wooden spoon of West's, he hung around and played with them many more years, and eventually 8 years later, he found himself with a premiership ring after West had beaten Balmain 8 points to 5 in the 1948 grand final, which was one of the classic grand finals in Australian Rugby League, and he of course made a mighty contribution to that grand final win and kicked the goal as well. So, like I said, West did get the wooden spoon in 1940, but nowhere near as horrendous as University's wooden spoons or some other teams' wooden spoons. And we always go through the most moment in the sun and the most embarrassing moment for every wooden spoon team. So West moment in the sun, round 1, 1940, they actually kicked off on the right foot. They began with a 16 points to 11 win over South Sydney. But unfortunately, that was as good as it got for them, because 1940 round 2, they were thumped by Newtown 30 points to 9. Newtown, of course, got the spoon the previous year in 1939, so scroll down the list of videos on this channel to watch the 1939 wooden spoon when Newtown got it. 1940 round 2, West thumped by Newtown 30 points to 9, so that was worrying. In round 3, like I said, they'd beaten Norths 13 points to 9, 1940 round 3, so moment in the sun, they won 2 out of the first 3 games, but after that, as you've probably worked out by now, they of course won just 1 more game, lost 10 out of the last 11 games, so that's what left them with the wooden spoon. The only one of those games they won, of course, against Norths, 1940 round 11, beating Norths 17-15. But, like I said, Norths winning 4 of their other games to just pip West and just avoid the wooden spoon. So there you go, 1940 wooden spoon West. Next one is obviously going to be 1941, then 1942, all the way up to 2023 when West Tigers got it. We're going to go over all of them, for real, your boys, all day on the grind. Scroll for this channel for tons of other essential rugby league information. Thank you for watching right to the very end. Your boy, DL47.